winners win. Winners win. And we continue to find ways to win defensively, offensively, special teams. That is what it's all about, all three phases. Playing your off. There's plenty to clean up, guys. Plenty. So proud of you guys coming in and getting hard wins on the road in division. Wins matter. That's it. Keep winning. 1 week at a time. Go 1-0 every single week.
Wins matter, especially when you can stack them heading into December. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on a 3-game win streak, so we got to ask this guy about it. We got him, Jaguars head coach Liam Coen. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Tuesday to spend with GMFB. Coach, your presence in the locker room, it's so important for those guys. As your first year at head coach, you are the 3 seed in the NFL, in the AFC right now with an 8-4 record, number 1 overall in your division. Are you exactly where you thought this team would be in this moment, or did you even put mile markers out for this season in your first year as head coach?
Yeah, we didn't really put any mile markers out, honestly. It was just trying to improve in multiple phases, right? Ultimately, offensively, we want to be able to try to run the football better. Defensively, try to stop the run a little bit better. And special teams, keep being special. And we've had great ops from all 3 phases that have helped us get to this point right now to be able to go play meaningful games in November and December. That's really all you can ask for in this league. And our guys are excited about the opportunities.
Coach, I'm a real big fan of you. I got to ask you, before I ask my question, I got to ask you this. Did you utter the 2 sexiest words post-game to your team? Did you give them a victory Monday yesterday?
Absolutely, man. These guys have earned it.
He's a victory Monday guy.
No question.
Now, the reason why I asked you that question, Coach, was to set up the question that I want to ask. So because you gave them a victory Monday, you're going to see the team for the first time in the team setting tomorrow. What is your message going to be to them heading into this week where you host the Indianapolis Colts at Everbank Stadium? What's that message?
Yeah, let's go 1-0 this week again. I mean, that's really been the message since the bye, is just to been focusing on ourselves, really locked in on us, right? If we can handle ourselves, play better football each and every week, and continue to get better as a team, that's the beautiful thing about this game, is you can win and still have so much to clean up and improve upon. And that allows us to keep coaching. If we were playing our best football week in and week out, there's not a lot more to coach, and you just kind of have to work it within the results-based business. And for us, it's always been about the process and our process throughout the week, our preparation, and then letting it go rip on Sundays and see what the results are. So, hey, we've got new standards in terms of the way that we're trying to do things, the way that we're trying to prepare and get these guys to go play. So this is a statement opportunity, though, for us coming up this Sunday against Indy.
Statement indeed. Look at that. That's so beautiful on the bottom, by the way. 8-4, 8-4. And they took it away, just as I was talking about. Sorry, controller. The Texans, by the way, lurking as well. We thought this was going to be a runaway for Indianapolis in the division, and here it comes. Down the stretch, a 3-team race. This is super exciting, and it's got to be exciting in Jacksonville. Look, we talk a lot of Cowboys here. We talk a lot of Chiefs, a lot of Eagles. And I understand your fan base. They get pissed at us a lot of times because it's like, hey, what about us? You don't talk about us enough. Well, how energized right now do you feel that they are right now? You're on with us here on Good Morning Football. We're talking plenty of Jaguars. How are the vibes down there in Jacksonville with the fan base?
They've been fantastic. If you really go back and look at the Monday night game against Kansas City, unbelievable atmosphere that the entire community, the city, Duval County was out here for. I mean, this has been every opportunity that they've had to come out and support us in big-time games this season so far, they have. And going to need it again this Sunday here at home in the bank, get everybody involved. And look, it's cool to be able to be a part of winning, right? Everybody wants to ultimately win. It is the end result that everybody's hunting up. Our fans, we want to make them proud. We want to put a product on the field that our entire community and city are proud of. It means a lot to our players, and this Sunday's no different.
Coach, this is more for you. These grown men in the Jacksonville Jaguars have really brought into your philosophy. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the conversations that I had with players that were either here from previous years or some of the guys that we were able to acquire in pro free agency and through the draft were all in alignment with kind of what we needed to do to improve as a team and ultimately to find our edge, right? To play with an edge and find our edge as a team and what that is. And I think our players have been able to buy into that. They have, put that on tape each and every week. I think the best compliment ultimately you can get as a coach is to hear, man, your players play their tails off, right? I mean, there's always great scheme, cute plays. Everybody runs cool stuff, and we hope to do the same. But ultimately, if we can go out and play anybody, anytime, any place, I mean, that's our mindset right now. And if you can go out and play, fundamental, complementary football, but doing it with an edge, that's the greatest compliment we can have as coaches.
Coach, about a month ago in The Athletic, there was a beautiful article that came out about your late mother, Beth, and your relationship with her. Your father, Tim, is also a football coach. How, having parents as educators, both in the school setting but also on a football field, how has that shaped you become the head coach and the philosophy that you live within?
That's a great question. I grew up, like you mentioned, with educators, and education was so important to my family growing up. Coaching and teaching go hand in hand. Ultimately, you do these things, you coach, you teach to try to make an impact in young people's lives. Ultimately, that's why you do this. I love scheme. You love to win. That is the result. But what you're doing along the way, whether it's at Maine, whether it's at Kentucky, or whether it's at the Jacksonville Jaguars, you're trying to ultimately make people better and help them along their path in life. And when you grew up, my mom was a history teacher. My dad was obviously a football coach. And everything he mentioned, they mentioned to me growing up was what you do and how you perceive yourself, but also what you're trying to do to help people is make sure you can go home every day and be proud of what you see in the mirror. And that's no different than what I tell our players on Sundays before we go out and play. Hey, guys, win, lose, or draw, let's be able to go after this game, go home and look ourselves in the mirror and be proud of what we see.
Coach, I got to take the opportunity. I got to shout out Hofstra and UMass. I didn't know we were rivals. You brought that up right before we were on air. I'm glad I did win that game, even though Hofstra doesn't have a program and UMass is still thriving. I want to speak to your relationships, man. You and Baker Mayfield, when you were with the Bucs, had a great relationship. Now you're with Trevor Lawrence. Can you speak about your relationship with him and how do you continue to help him grow and mature?
Trevor, from the very beginning of our conversations and dialogue, have been extremely honest and open. And something that he mentioned to me very early on was that, man, all I want to do is continue to try to improve and go win. I mean, that's been his message from the moment that I got with him. It wasn't about, man, I want to be a Pro Bowler, I want to be a Hall of Famer, I want to set every Jacksonville Jaguar record. It was, I'd like to really go out and improve and help this team win. And if you can start with that as a quarterback, a selfless mindset, that's something to be said for. And if you look at Trevor Lawrence, the two things that I know that he is without question is he's physically and mentally tough. And when your quarterback is physically and mentally tough, the rest kind of takes care of itself, right? You're going to make throws, you're going to miss throws. But the resiliency, the toughness, the mindset and mentality that Trevor's brought to our team this year in some crucial moments in big-time games. And that's all you can ask for. I've been very proud of Trevor, the way that he's continued to grow within a difficult system to learn, a little bit different than something he's been used to. He's put a lot of time into this, and I respect Trevor Lawrence for doing all those things.
Coach, is the hair on Trevor Lawrence as impressive as you thought it was going to be from watching it on TV to meeting him?
Good question.
Yeah, that's a great one. I mean, you see that, and yeah, that's what so many people see. I don't know what he uses for shampoo and conditioner, but I do know he's got some good flow. But that's the thing. Everybody sees that about Trevor. They don't see the guy that just gets up off the mat every single game, every time. He takes hits, he's running, quarterback sneaks, getting drilled, getting up and making plays. And that's what we see. That's what we see in our locker room. That's why our players have ultimate respect for him. And I think he's getting better each and every week.
Nothing more emblematic than that play against the Chiefs a couple weeks back. That was a ridiculous finish of that game. Coach, we are so honored that you came on, like we said, on a Tuesday. And shout out to you as a first-year head coach. Victory Monday is always appreciated by here at the table, and I'm sure the guys in your locker room. Liam Coen, everybody, good luck this weekend and down the stretch, Coach.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. He can't stake a claim to the shampoo, but look at how he gets off of Matt. Well done, Jags. We see you, Jags. Duval.